What's going on, everybody? Today we are going to be painting this 5-inch brush tail swim bait from Barlow's tackle. I painted one a couple weeks ago and then asked if you guys wanted to see a crappie pattern, and quite a few of you said yes. So today we're going to be painting a very loud crappie pattern. I've done several videos recently where I'm trying to do super realistic, and those kind of give you a headache. So today we're going to have fun with this one and make a really loud pattern. Really cool swim baits from Barlow's tackle. I will have them linked down in the description below if you want to get some for yourself. Tails are brush tails, so I like to tape them off. That way I don't get any paint on them, because I do not put any clear coat on the tail. So tails taped, and the first color we're going to be starting off with, believe it or not, is going to be transparent black. You can use opaque black for this, of course. Transparent is just the color I have. So we're going to cover the entire bait in a nice layer of transparent black. With our base coat of black on and the paint dry, we're going to move on to our next color, Flair Silver Spectrum. This color is super cool, and I highly recommend you get some because it's a beautiful color, as you guys will see here in a minute. I can link that down in the description below too, if you guys are wanting some of that. Another thing on the Wicked Silver Flare, I've used this in a couple other videos before, and said that Barlow's had it for 12 bucks. And I had some people that were kind of like almost mad at me in the comments about the price. I guess they've bought it somewhere else. I'm not sure why it costs so much more other places. I don't know if it's a bigger tube that they're selling, so that makes sense why it would be like a $25 bottle of paint if it was twice the amount of paint. But Barlow's has this size of tube of the Flair Silver Spectrum for 12 bucks on their website. So again, not sure what the big price difference is, other than the tube might be bigger. What we're going to do now is give the entire bait a nice coat. I'll probably do 2, potentially 3 layers. I'll keep track of it and let you guys know when we're done. We're going to cover everything that we just sprayed in the black, and the reason for the black base is it enhances the sparkles. Where I've done a couple videos, you can go back and look, where we did the silver flare or Flair silver over a transparent body, a white body, and the black body, and by far the black body definitely stands out the best. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. I think I actually need to thin this paint a little bit, so I'm going to clean what I have in the airbrush out, and we'll thin it just a little. And all I do for thinning it, this one says, a lot of the paints will say on the back what to thin it with. So this one says thin with 4011, or you can shoot it through an airbrush that's got a larger needle. I'm running the 0.3 size needle, so if you're running the 0.5 or something like that, you probably wouldn't have to thin it, and then just some 4011 reducer. So all I did was dump some paint in there and then added 2 drops of the reducer, and I think that's all I'm going to need. I did also today ordered some other mixing cups that should make this a lot easier. So hopefully this is the last video you guys will see where I'm thinning or mixing paints inside these cups. All right, I'm going to put that in the airbrush, and we'll see if it's enough to finish this step. Now that don't look the greatest or look like much at the moment, but once that clear coat goes on, that's what that color looks like. So get it close enough here to focus. Has a ton of different sparkles, colors in it. Beautiful, beautiful color. And here's another little wooden swim bait I had made a while back. I did that silver flare on there. So pretty cool color. It's still pretty dark, dingy at the moment, or it might just kind of be translating as a silver on camera. But once the clear coat hits it, it brightens it up a little bit and then makes all the colors sparkle. Next color up is going to be an iridescent green, and a game plan with the green is you can kind of see that center line running down the side of the bait there. I'm going to try to keep it there and up, so we'll try to have it fade into our Wicked Silver Flare color right about where that center line is. I'm going to go ahead and hit the top of the bait and the top dorsal fins. And I think while we're here, we're going to carry some of that green down on the gill plate a little. I think I'm going to call it good there because I still want that flare to kind of show through that green. And up next, I'm going to do a little bit of colors on the belly of the bait. I'm going to be doing an iridescent red. And we're going to spray the mouth, and then I'm going to have it fade down the belly, and we'll have it try to fade about where that first hook tie is. Might shoot a little bit up towards that fin right there. All right, let's hair dry that. So sticking with the theme of trying to make this crappie as loud and obnoxious as possible, we're going to get some iridescent turquoise, and we're going to throw some of that up on the gill plate, kind of around the eye. And I think I'm going to try to kind of do a little bit down the center. I really don't want to cover up too much of that green. But I think adding another color in there is gonna give it like a wow factor. But I'm gonna start up with around the eye and kind of hit the gill plate area some. Sometimes if you don't get all the water out of your airbrush and it immediately starts spraying water out, make sure you hair dry that right away, otherwise it'll make your paint run. I don't know if you saw that, if that picked up on camera or not, but just wanted to throw that out there. Really subtle amount there. All right, I think I'm gonna go for it. A little line down the center of the bait. Then I think I'm going to hit the tips of the dorsal fins with it as well. All right. I'm having fun with this one, folks. With the bait nice and dry, I'm going to break out a nice foam soft surface that we can lay this bait down on. That way we don't scratch any of our paint. Car sponge works great. My car sponge has got a bunch of stuff in it. I keep getting things on the bait. So this actually kind of looks nice on camera. That nice black background. Look at that. Got distracted there. What we're going to be doing next is taking a nice texture pattern. Whenever we did the first blank, we did kind of like a bluegill crazy pattern. I used a lot smaller texture there. This one I want a few but very, very big splotches that go down the side of the bait, because I want a lot of our base colors to show through on this one. So I opted for the bigger spots. We're going to be using some transparent black. And then I'm going to start kind of up here at the front of the bait. Give this a nice little bend. See what we got. Yep. Go ahead and do a little bit above that fin. Feels a little empty in that spot right there. Let's add a nice little one. Whoop. Got a little trigger happy. Alright, anywhere else looking thin? A little bit right there. I'm gonna go ahead and hit some on the gill plate too. Actually, I'm gonna do slightly smaller one on the gill plate. All right, I'm digging it. I got this little area right here, looks a little bare, which I'm going to be darkening up the back anyways, but since we're here, and I'm going to go ahead and darken the eye socket as well. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. I also just remembered I like to put a little stencil work right where that joint is on the inside of the bait there, and you can achieve that by hanging the bait off the edge of our piece of foam here, which isn't quite tall enough. Let me put this underneath of it. I'm going to take old number 5 there. There we go. That lets the bait drop, the joint drop a little bit more. And then also be careful not to paint the front half of the bait there. If you need to, you can put a little piece of paper or something like that along there. But that'll kind of help hide that joint just a little bit. Okay, let's paint the other side in our big texture pattern. I want to darken up the top half of the fin a little bit. I have this as a different stencil. I thought it was going to fit. It's really close to fitting. But I'm just going to use the edge of it. So just going to hold up a piece of paper. And then taking our transparent black. And then this little spot right there, I don't know if you guys can see that. Maybe the black background ain't the best here. This little guy right there, right where the fin, like the muscle would be, I'm going to darken that up as well. With our bait back on our helping hands, I'm going to go ahead and take our transparent black, and we're going to darken up the back of the bait. And I think I'm going to take my small texture and add a couple spots to the top fins there. And since I didn't go crazy dark on the forehead, and the forehead of this bait's pretty wide, I'm going to go ahead and take the small texture and then try to add a couple spots there too, in case it does show up. I think that'll look cool. Pretty happy with how this looks. I'm going to clean out the airbrush. Whoa, we almost lost it. Going to clean out the airbrush and we will come back and do our next step. Alright, last thing I got to do here before clear coat is try to find some eyes that match our paint job, and I think I did. I got these ones. These middle ones here have a little bit of green to them. So I think that's the ones we're going to go with. Hold it up there and see. Oh, I might be able to go, well, next size up is too big. So that's the size. Yep, that's what we're going to go with. I'm happy with that. Oop. There you go. You guys want to see, right? A little dab of glue. Now they kind of look blue. Can't really tell what color those are. But the good news is we have both blue and green on the bait, so should match either way. All right, there we go. I am very, very excited to see what the clear coat's going to do to this bait. I think it's gonna look pretty stunning once it's finished. So that is one super loud crappie pattern. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to get some clear coat put on this bad boy, and then we'll come back and take a look at what it looks like all finished up. Sometimes you just gotta bring these guys out into the sun.